Newcastle fans who are serenading Les Ferdinand. They don't forget their heroes of yesteryear. Plenty of heroes today. The goals, yes, Les, but the desire to work for each other, to run for each other, to block everything, that was outstanding, wasn't it?
I think Lee mentioned it in commentary and how well they set up the two banks of four, and the midfield players like Tonali, Joe Linton and Murphy, Joe Willock when he was on. They just worked tirelessly. Gordon and Murphy as well. They were getting back into shape and made it so hard for Arsenal to get any joy going forward. And Dan Burn and Botman and the Hall and Livramento love defending. They take pride in not defending as much as they take pride in scoring goals. That up the top end, those guys at the back. They were phenomenal tonight.
I think listening to Anthony Gordon in the interview talking about how much Arsenal dominate the ball, you can see, especially with the players we've got missing, the real potency up front. You can see that once they got in that shape, and we were passing around as slowly as we were, they were always going to be comfortable, and like the blocking and the defending was.
And the desire to win the second ball, as Lee said, if you don't win the first ball, make sure you win the second ball.
And they done that. They came with their plan, and I think they executed it very, very well.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the goal at the start of the second half. Arsenal came out, a crowd, of course, behind them, expects them to try and get back on level terms. There was a second goal, but at the other end, it's well taken, but there's a lack of energy and snap, as the boys said about the defending.
We were talking about Isak dropping into those spaces, and he drops into the space, picks it up, plays it out to Murphy, and then gets himself in a box, gets a shot out of absolutely nothing, and Gordon does what every good striker does, gets into the position and gets in the back.
I think what we saw there is like arguably one of the most informed strikers in Europe at the moment, coming off and having too much time and too much space, and he got his shot off. And you have to give Gordon credit as well for following that in, because he done a lot of work in the first half tracking back. So there's a good performance from Newcastle. I'll give him that.
But it looked like Arsenal's defence there was half a beat behind what Newcastle's attackers were thinking. Do you know what I mean? In terms of an impetus.
You know what? I'm big fans of Gabriel and Saliba, but I don't think they'll have had a tougher time this season, because I thought Isak was fantastic. His movement just kept them moving all over the place, dropping in, going long. So he messed them about all evening. I
would say with that, Les, because there's not a player like that in Arsenal's squad, you're not coming up against that in training.
Yeah.
So then what's happening is that he's coming off and it's confusing. It's confusing for them, it's confusing for the guys in front, and that's why even with that second goal, it was far too easy. It was far too easy for that to happen. But again, it's something that happened because he's in top form and he punished us.
And he's in top form and he put Newcastle ahead just before half-time. It was, if you like, it was a Route 1 free kick, but they picked up the pieces so well. Now, there is a little bit of a shove there on the edge of the box by Isak. VAR looked at it.
You two keep noticing that. I don't really notice it, to be honest with you.
It doesn't matter, Les. It was given. It was given.
Right? Yeah. But it was well executed. Botman gets the flick on. Murphy does great with his touch. Probably touches it for himself, but, look at this.
Look. It reminds me of what happened to Gabriel Magalhaes up there. Yeah. You have to have two hands on an Arsenal player and foul them to not get anything.
I totally agree. Yeah.
But Isak was there. I mean, this is your area. This is your bread and butter, Ian. He was alert enough to think, it's going to run off Murphy.
Because he's in that form. I saw the goal against Tottenham as well. The defender got a touch and he still was able to put that in the net. He's in that kind of form where get the ball into him, like Anthony Gordon said, and he'll probably finish it.
Newcastle were disciplined. Newcastle fought for each other. Newcastle won second balls. But Arsenal had two great chances, the first of them at 0-0. And as long as football is around, the game will never change. No. You miss your chances, it's a different picture. Lose games,
Well, again, we feel that this has got to be hard down to the goalkeeper's right. Really give the goalkeeper a problem. Like you see across the keeper, he might save it, he might parry it. You see Havertz coming in there. Doesn't happen. And I think that
this is at 2-0, this.
Again, this comes down for me, Les, this is just a poor error. This is one that yourself, Shearer, you're not missing those. Because when you look at the technique here, a natural-born striker is watching that all the way onto his forehead and he's putting it away.
You find it hard to understand how he's not headed it. He's hit his shoulder. That only means he's taking his eye off the ball at the last moment, and in that position, that just probably turns
That's 25 minutes to go. That's 2-1. That's a different picture.
I'm not going to knock Kai Havertz for what he's done up to this point. Another great chance there on a free. When the free kicks and corners and everything not working, and then you're getting players who are not naturally strikers, and you're missing chances. This is when now you're looking at Arsenal bare bones injuries and what's going on. Players are playing when they're not fit. you have to be looking at the board now. I don't know what you can do in January, but you've got to try and do something if they're going to try and finish this season trying to win something.
The thing is, you know, those corners and free kicks have been working for most of the season. It's been a weapon for Arsenal. Unfortunately, they were short today in terms of hitting the target.
Absolutely. It's been a memorable week for Newcastle. They've won away at Manchester United. They've won away at Tottenham.
Proud. I think it was always going to be like that second half when we went 2 goals up. Obviously, it's only half a job done, but yeah, I thought 2-man, everyone defended brilliant.
Yeah, and another goal from this guy here. Alex, you just keep scoring. What's been feeling different for you to keep this consistency?
No, I think it comes down to a team thing. I think we've been, first of all, very solid defensively, and then we have the quality up front. Today was, again, Jacob who assisted me, so I just tried to be in the right place to finish the attacks.
A very fruitful combination. What is it about you two that's been working so well? Because you've been combining for 7 goals already.
Yeah, no, I think... yeah, it's just the connection. I think we found that in a good way. He gets into good positions and he seems to find me a lot, which is positive for me and for the team as well.
And Alex mentioned the commitment then in defending, especially in the second half with the set pieces, 11 corners, and you guys just throwing bodies in the box. How key was this level of commitment here at the Emirates?
Yeah, massive. I think to get a result, yeah, you're going to have to defend set pieces as well. They're so good at them. So, yeah, I thought everyone was brilliant. They've had chances. I'm sure they probably would have deserved a goal, but just throwing bodies on the lines managed to get over.
Yeah, Eddie Howe already mentioned that in the past couple of seasons it was a key part of your game to defend really well, and then a key part of this identity. So how central is it for you guys when you are defending in this level to just keep going? Yeah,
I think it just gives you a good platform to build on. We've had a sticky patch where we're conceding quite a few goals, but we've had a few clean sheets in a row now. But I think that's the whole team, that's not just sort of the back lads. I think you've seen the way that we defended second half there was brilliant, but as I said, it's only really a job half done. They've got sort of nothing to lose now coming to St James's, so we'll have to be ready for it.
Yeah, job half done, but it's a big step. How big of a step is it to go to St James Park with a 2-0 up?
No, of course we came here with the intention to bring a good result home, and we did. But as Bernie said, it's just halfway done, and we have some time to change things and to come back and do the same job in St James's Park, which is obviously positive to play at home.
And congratulations, you were player of the match. So.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
There must be horrible interviews to do those because you've won 2-0, but it's only the first leg, so you kind of want to look happy, but you can't look too happy.
Look, we know as players, ex-players, they're very happy in that dressing room right now. Of course they are. They've got to say, do the right things, be professional in the manner, because obviously you need to show that respect as well to Arsenal, because still we're talking about an Arsenal team that are challenging for the title, still, you know, close with Liverpool. So look, we can't shade away from it, but I think going now to St James's Park, I always felt Arsenal needed to be in front because it's never going to be an easy place to play football. Never has been. But look, they're playing with confidence. A lot can happen. Like we say, it's a long period of time now until that next game. So I think there's a lot that could change in this moment in time. I think the great thing with Isak in this moment in time for him, he's staying fit. And I think that's what's key for him. And those connections with Murphy, I said, he knows when to make these runs because he's got a different winger on the sides, and I think they benefit from each other, that's for sure right now.
Overall, those stats made it look very, very dominant for Arsenal. It didn't feel like that watching it, did it?
It didn't feel that way at all, and probably me being slightly biased, Mark, but I think when they got the second goal, you know, Eddie made some changes, took 3 players off, put more legs in there, and then they got into more a defensive sort of lower block Newcastle, and probably the possession stats went up, and maybe Arsenal had a few more set plays. But I always felt Newcastle were relatively comfortable. I didn't feel there was like Dubravka making loads of saves and they were, you know, hitting posts and all this, and they were all hanging on. I didn't have that feel about the game. I thought it was a perfect game plan from Eddie Howe and his staff. And no, I mean, stats you can read into them too much, can't you, Jimmy?
I agree, Shay. I think you're spot on. I think
comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it's never comfortable because you know they've got players, and especially with Arsenal, they're so good at set pieces. You always feel you're going to under a bit of pressure. I think Shay alluded to the keeper was fantastic tonight. He gave you a real platform, made good saves at the right time. He was brave in his decisions. The 2 fullbacks I thought were excellent, Livramento and Hull. just a really good performance, especially had to change it. Botman went off and little tweaks here and there. But I just felt that the performance from minute one, and what you've got when you've got a player like Isak, he can just give you such an outlet. I never felt today that Arsenal had an outlet. If the ball went up to Havertz, there was never really anyone joining in with real pace. But the flip side of it, when Newcastle had it, they had tremendous pace on the break. You know, you spoke before the game about having that counter-attacking speed. Arsenal looked a bit paceless today. But the flip side was Newcastle. Every time they got the ball going forward with Gordon and players like that, you're bringing on Harvey Barnes off the bench. Jacob Murphy is a revelation. Now, I didn't see this player. I thought he would be, at times maybe coming off the bench. He could be a good squad player. And I think it's so much credit to Eddie Howe. And it's not just players like him, it's players like Joe Linton, it's players like Dan Burn, how he works with players day in, day out and improving them. That's the art of management. It's not always about tactics, it's about improving players, and I think that's one of Eddie's biggest skill sets.
I think as well with Arsenal at this moment in time, what worries me for them, on the outside looking in, is we're getting excited by set pieces all the time instead of excited about that free-flowing football, and that's what Arsenal's known for. And you're going away from it. We're shying away from it at this moment in time. You can see at times the players are running out of ideas. They can't at times play off the cuff, should we just say. They're playing to a system at times, and it gives the opportunity for Newcastle, who defended incredibly well and enjoyed defending, but it gave them time to get back into shape. When there's space to attack teams, I think we go away from it at times.
And it was... Sorry, Claude.
I was just going to say, Mark, I think what you're so right, and what Newcastle are, is they're a big, powerful side, so they're not going to be scared of set pieces. They've got players like Dan Burn that are going to head it, Botman's going to head it, you could bring Isak back, you've got Joe Linton. So they just thought to themselves, when Arsenal do their whole set-piece routine and they all got to the back post, they were like, we're going to stay in our positions, that ball's going to come in and we're going to make sure we attack it. And they were excellent. And they've still got work to do, because I've been in this position before as a player, and you think, we've done the hard work, we'll get them at home, everyone's got to stay calm, because even the crowd are going to get excited. Arsenal will come back into this game. If they score a goal early, it's still game on. This is not a foregone conclusion just yet.
The ball, they defend well. It was always going to be like a smash and grab result if we were going to get one, and we done it perfectly.
Is there a better centre forward number 9, I'd call him, than Alexander Isak right now in Europe?
I don't think so. I think that everyone's in agreement with that at the minute. He's on absolute fire, and when he's in that form, you just want to get the ball to him as much as possible. Even for my goal, I'm just gambling back post, because I know he can just work something out of nothing.
And sum up the defensive effort, because with Botman there, bodies on the line, and tactically, what was key to it, to keeping Arsenal out?
Defensively, it's all about attitude. Our attitude today was unbelievable to a man. But I want to mention Dan Burn as well. He's been our player of the season for me. Every game he's been absolutely outstanding. And especially the lads who come on off the bench. It's not easy to come on in that type of environment. They were excellent as well.
You said there were some home truths after the defeat at Brentford, which has triggered this run. Give us a sense of what's changed.
Again, like I said, attitude. It's going above and beyond for your teammates. I think we weren't doing that at the start of the season, and we were struggling. We were expecting results to come, and without putting hard work in. Now you can see everyone's coming off absolutely shattered, because we can't physically give any more than we're given.
This Newcastle team have taken a lead in games this season, never lost a lead. So you've got a half-time lead, 2-0. What a position to be in.
Yeah, there's no time to celebrate this one. They're one of the best teams in Europe. It's only 2-0.
Only 2-0?
Yeah, but this tie is far from over. We can't get excited by that result. We just got to stay humble and keep doing what we've been doing.
Well done.
Thank you.
Special night for Newcastle.
I'm Derek Ray. I'm joined for commentary by former Arsenal fullback Lee Dixon. And without doubt, a match with the potential to bring genuine excitement. It's Luton Town taking on Chelsea.
Hi Derek, thank you. Well, both managers will be reminding their players how important...
Well, it could be on for him here. Is it going to be? Keeper getting the touch. And it's gone behind for the corner. Over it comes. Did his job defensively. And they'll get ready for the throw-in. Pearson. So after that, a goal kick it'll be. Well, pick your adjective where Hakim Ziyech is concerned. Explosive, I think, might be an approach. Can they take the lead here? And mistimed the run, sadly. That's offside. Challenge given. This looks promising.
Well, it's the care and attention, all that worked.
And a blunder by the keeper. Werner. Promising attack, but his timing was off. Well, they've lost possession of the ball. Nicely cut out. Oh, that's an interesting pass. Ziyech. In it goes. An early goal. No wonder they're celebrating.
Well, as we look at this again, the keeper's every right to ask where his back line was, but 2v1 in the end. He's thinking now, is he going to pass or go round me? He's got no chance.
Well, real difficulty keeping the ball. Ball's gone.